Hey, what's up, studs? What's going on? Eric in the back. Eric, say hello.
What's up, guys?
The biggest houses over here. Almost all of them are like 6 stories, 4 stories. But yeah, I love the architecture on these bad boys. So we've been walking now for, I don't even know, like 3-4 hours. We've just been walking around, chit-chatting about life, business. We record some of it when it's PC, and when it's not, we shut it off. And we get back to when we can recenter ourselves. So, Eric, what's going on? What else do you have for us today?
Well, I'd say like we were gonna address, the haters of the YouTube channel. One of probably the biggest questions that we get is, or that you get is, why do you, if you're so successful in trading, why do you teach?
Why not? No, I'm just kidding. So, look, every businessman has multiple talents, right? Steve Jobs is not a coder, right? He's a businessman who knows technology, who knows marketing, who knows design, right? Everybody has multiple facets that they're really, really good at. I'm a really good trader. I'm not world-class, like the best trader in the world, otherwise I'd have billions of dollars. But as a stay-at-home day trader, I'm pretty damn good. But I'm also a pretty good teacher. I'm a pretty good marketer. Oh, God forbid. And I'm even learning to be a pretty darn good businessman and a leader. That stuff takes a little bit more time. That stuff I have had to work on over the years. But I'm increasing my skill set in all of these. And that's one of the ways to build your talent stack or skill stack. And that's how you become valuable and unique to the world, right? Everybody thinks like, oh, I'm going to just focus on one thing. I'm going to get really good at it, and I'm going to be the best in the world. Well, there are maybe, 200 basketball players in the NBA. Out of the whole world, 200. What are the odds? How many people are there in the NFL? So, having one skill, one passion, that's all fine and dandy. That's where you start. If you want to be unique, you want to be something valuable, then what you have to do is combine that passion and that original skill set with something that you're very, very good at that now turns you into something unique, the unicorn. So like you ever see like people like Bill Gates or whoever, right? People in different fields. They're not just good at computers, right? They're good at something else. They're an epic businessman, right? Like Bill Gates, not the best coder in the world. He didn't invent the best product in the world, right? He is a really, really good businessman also.
Creating systems.
Right, yeah, there's so much stuff out there. And so when you can get into maybe the top 10% of multiple fields, well, now you're really something unique. You're a unicorn, right? And those are what CEOs are, right? I am very, very good at X amount of things, and the more things that you are in the top 10, top 20% about, well, the more valuable you are. But if you're just good at one thing, then you better be the damn well best in the history of the world at that thing. Or you know what I mean, right? The best in the business, top 1%, which your odds are much smaller. So that's just something to do. And the other thing is that I like teaching. I get paid great money doing it. I like doing it. I like hanging out with people. As you can see, day trade is kind of a computer nerd, dorky game, but it's something I like. But I also like people.
Yeah.
And so I teach.
That's one thing that impresses me, just hanging out with you, because a lot of people probably think, oh, he's making money off, teaching people, whatever. But I mean, it's a tough thing, and you're interacting with new people all the time. You're always trying to go above and beyond in your teaching, which
Yeah, I mean, you have to like it, right? If you're going to accept people's calls at 11 o'clock at night, I take all my students have my cell number. You're taking people's calls in the middle of the night. You better damn well like it more than just making money at it. It's got to be something that, you know, speaks to you. And the other thing is, if you're going to be a good leader and a good teacher, then you should be good at it. You should like it, you know, and your students will see that, right? They're not going to respond to somebody that's just teaching to teach, right? Nobody responds to that. If they're going to learn something that's really hard, then they're going to learn it when somebody's as involved in them as they are in you.
The other thing too is like it's not an uncommon thing. Like this is how people develop and how, you know, just humanity develops. As people learn something, they become a master at it, and then they teach it to others. I mean, it's something that's been going on.
I really hope that this is not horse shit.
Yeah.
I think it's just mud. Guys, I stepped in horse shit yesterday before I went to the bar to meet these people, and I think I was smelling like horse shit the whole night. So where were we, Eric? And that's messed up. Man, I very rarely wear shoes. I'm always wearing slip-ons. But today, I got dressed up and I wore the shoes. And look what happens.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to make a point. Like, I mean, I think it's just, I mean, this is people when they learn something, they master it. They teach, you know, other people how to do it. It's something that's been going on through all of humanity, right? That's how people develop. That's how people get better. So I think it's just, I mean, just makes sense to me.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? If you want to really increase, like, the odds, right, you got to get really, really good at certain things. And if you have a few, I mean, you're going to be really unique. So there are things that you don't even need to go to college about that you could become very, very good at. Top 10, top 20, top 5% without going to college yet. So, you know, like, there's things that you can learn, like marketing, basic web design, right? Web designing, programming, public speaking, right? Speakers that are really, really good get paid tons of money. There's so much stuff you can do to now increase your skill set. So, like, imagine like you're a programmer, right? Well, if you're a programmer who's really, really good, but then you happen to be a really, really good businessman, well, guess what? Now you're unique because there are a million good programmers, right? You can offshore that shit to India, to my own people. But if you are a programmer who happens to understand business or marketing, well, now you're something really, really unique. You know, if you were a trader that understands business, then now you have something like what I do, right? And if you're like say Tim Sykes, he's good at like 5 things more than I am, right? He's a great trader, a great businessman, a great marketer. Like, he's got, right, even a little bit more facets than me. That's why he's got a monstrous business. So it's always really interesting. But I think combining some talents is really, really important. And that's why I have a business coach. I got a performance coach. And I spend time learning about all sorts of shit because, well, frankly, that's just kind of what you need to do in today's world. Everything's becoming computerized. Every skill's becoming commoditized. You know, being a one-trick pony, unless you're the best in the world or top 1%, not going to cut it anymore. You know, you can't just be a good salesman, right? You've got to be a good salesman and then something else and then something else, and now you got something. And think about like a great CEO. The best CEOs, they're not just best managers, right? Best managers of people. A lot of them are great salesmen. That's a different skill set. A lot of them are programmers. Totally different skill set, right? So now you have somebody that ends up being a world-class CEO versus you see a lot of the CEOs that fail, right? They're the founders of a business, and then that's all they know. And so then their business never takes off because they weren't able to really marry all those things.